Hey, Steelers Nation. We're back with an exclusive video packed with the latest updates on our beloved Pittsburgh Steelers. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. This way, you'll never miss any exclusive updates or exciting Steelers news. Pittsburgh just went nuclear, my friends. The city of steel is buzzing like never before because the Steelers have dropped a bombshell that's shaking the entire NFL landscape. We're talking about a mega deal, a full-blown blockbuster that's bringing not one, not two, but three big-time names into the black and gold universe. Jakobi Meyers, Malachi Corley, and Anthony Richardson, yes, you heard that right, are officially part of the Steelers' new power package. And I'll tell you this, fans are losing their minds. The rumors started floating early in the morning, whispers on social media, a few cryptic tweets, but nobody truly believed it could happen. Then boom, confirmation hit. The Steelers' front office, quiet and patient all offseason, just pulled off a heist that could redefine their future. Imagine it. Richardson's cannon of an arm launching deep bombs to Meyers' precise routes and Corley's electric speed. It's like the franchise just pressed reset on the offense, turning it into a highlight machine. Insiders are calling it the most aggressive move the Steelers have made in over a decade, a bold statement saying they're done being underestimated. Pittsburgh isn't rebuilding anymore. They're reloading, and the rest of the AFC just felt the tremor. The atmosphere around the Steelers' headquarters is absolutely electric, like a movie scene where the underdog suddenly becomes the villain everyone fears. Jakobi Meyers brings experience, the reliable route running and cool composure that made him a favorite in New England and then Vegas. He's the guy who knows how to move the chains when the pressure's on. Malachi Corley, on the other hand, is pure energy. Explosive, fearless, a yards-after-catch monster who turns short passes into fireworks. You combine those two with a quarterback like Anthony Richardson, the physical freak from Florida who's still just scratching the surface of his potential, and you've got a new identity forming in Pittsburgh. Richardson struggled with injuries early in his career, but when healthy, he's a highlight reel waiting to happen. The Steelers saw something most teams didn't, the raw power of potential. They're betting on upside, chemistry, and a system that can bring these stars together under one explosive vision. The plan? Turn the offense into a dual-threat nightmare where unpredictability reigns supreme. This isn't your grandfather's Steelers offense anymore. It's a revolution waiting to unfold. Now, let's talk about the ripple effect, because this move isn't happening in a vacuum. The AFC North, already a bloodbath with Baltimore, Cincinnati, and Cleveland, just got a whole lot more dangerous. Every team in that division woke up to the news and probably felt a chill. Imagine the Bengals' secondary trying to keep up with Corley in open space, or the Ravens scheming against Richardson's mobility. Even Cleveland, where Corley just left, must be staring at the screen thinking, did we just strengthen our biggest rival? That's the kind of mind game this move plays. It's not just about new faces, it's about psychological warfare. Pittsburgh is sending a message loud and clear. The time of playing it safe is over. Coach Mike Tomlin has been preaching consistency and grit for years. But this is flair, this is flash, this is risk-taking turned into art. The franchise that used to win with defense and patience now wants to win with adrenaline and explosion. It's a new era dawning at Acrisure Stadium, and fans can already feel it pulsing through the city streets. And don't think this came out of nowhere. Insiders are saying this deal has been cooking for weeks in total silence. The Steelers' front office, often criticized for moving too slow, apparently flipped the script. Sources close to the team describe late-night meetings, phone calls that stretched into the early hours, and secret visits that nobody in the media caught wind of. That's classic Pittsburgh stealth, the kind of front office chess that separates contenders from pretenders. And now, as details start to leak, people are realizing just how calculated this move was. Meyers was reportedly eyeing a fresh start. Corley wanted a bigger role, and Richardson, frustrated with inconsistency in Indianapolis, was ready for a reboot. The stars aligned, and the Steelers capitalized. What's wild is how balanced this move is. They didn't just get talent. They got complementary talent. A disciplined route runner, a dynamic playmaker, and a dual-threat quarterback all landing in one system. That's the kind of orchestration that turns a team from good to legendary if the chemistry clicks. Pittsburgh might have just rewritten their next decade. Fans are already lighting up social media with theories, memes, and predictions. Some are calling it the Steel Revolution, others are dubbing it Project Black Thunder, and a few bold ones are already talking Super Bowl runs. But beyond the hype, there's something deeper happening here, a culture shift. The Steelers have always been about defense, about grinding out wins, about playing it safe and smart. Now, they're flipping that narrative. This move screams confidence, almost arrogance, but in the best possible way. Richardson brings swagger, Myers brings poise, and Corley brings fire. Together, they form a trio that's equal parts skill and attitude. Pittsburgh's offense hasn't scared anyone for years. That changes now. Fans want entertainment, they want explosiveness, and that's exactly what this package delivers. You can feel it. This isn't just a trade or a signing spree. It's a declaration that the Steelers are stepping into modern football with full force. No more conservative play calls, no more just enough offense. It's go big or go home, and Pittsburgh is clearly going big. Of course, with every bold move comes skepticism. Some analysts are already questioning if Richardson's health can hold up, or if Myers can stay productive in a new system, or if Corley's college-style explosiveness translates against NFL defenses. But that's the thing about great stories. There's always doubt before glory. Every dynasty begins with a gamble, and the Steelers just made theirs. The city that built legends like Terry Bradshaw, Ben Roethlisberger, and Troy Polamalu thrives on defying expectations. This new trio could either crash spectacularly or ignite one of the most exciting eras in franchise history. The players know it too. Reports say Richardson's already been in touch with Myers and Corley, planning off-season workouts before the ink even dried. That's chemistry in the making. You can almost hear Tomlin's voice in the locker room saying, "We don't hope, we execute." And if that execution matches the hype, the rest of the league better buckle up, because the Steelers just went from a question mark to a headline overnight. The shockwaves from Pittsburgh's announcement are still reverberating across the NFL, and you can bet the reaction in other locker rooms isn't exactly calm. Opposing defensive coordinators are already drawing up schemes, scratching their heads, trying to figure out how to contain this new Steelers offense. Imagine Richardson rolling out of the pocket, Myers finding soft spots in coverage, and Corley turning short passes into 50-yard sprints. That's a nightmare to defend, especially in cold December games where Pittsburgh thrives. But beyond the X's and O's, this move screams ambition. It tells players, fans, and rivals that the Steelers are tired of being called stuck in transition. They want to contend now. The front office isn't thinking 3 years ahead. They're thinking January football, deep playoff runs, and legacy-making moments. It's not just about winning, it's about winning loud. And honestly, that's the kind of swagger Pittsburgh has been missing since Big Ben's prime. The excitement, the unpredictability, the sense that something magical could happen every Sunday. It's all back, and it's dressed in black and gold. Inside sources are already leaking details about the team's new offensive playbook being built around speed and misdirection. This isn't just a plug-and-play setup. The Steelers are redesigning the system to suit Richardson's athleticism and the dynamic receiver duo. Expect a lot of pre-snap motion, RPOs, and vertical concepts meant to stretch defenses thin. Corley will probably line up all over the field, slot, outside, maybe even in the backfield, just to create chaos. Myers will serve as the steady hand, the chain mover, the one who turns tough third downs into momentum-saving drives. And Richardson? He'll be the conductor, the chaos maker, the guy defenses fear because he can hurt them with his legs or his arm. Insiders say offensive coordinator Arthur Smith has been studying schemes that mix the best of Baltimore's run-heavy attack with the vertical aggression of Kansas City. It's a hybrid blueprint designed for fireworks. And when you give that kind of creative license to a quarterback like Richardson, paired with receivers hungry to prove themselves, you're not just creating an offense. You're building a spectacle. The locker room dynamic will be fascinating to watch. Myers is known for his quiet leadership, the type who earns respect through consistency, while Corley's energy is contagious, always hyping up teammates. Richardson brings charisma, the kind of presence that can rally a huddle even after a bad play. That blend of personalities could be exactly what Pittsburgh needs. Calm precision mixed with youthful swagger. Veteran players reportedly welcomed the news with open arms, and a few even hinted that this move might reignite the team's spirit. Najee Harris, who's carried the offensive load for seasons, now gets breathing room. Defenses can't stack the box anymore, not when Richardson can roll out or launch a deep ball at any second. That means more space, more opportunities, more freedom. It's the type of transformation that turns average teams into contenders, and the locker room feels it. The message is clear. No more excuses. No more waiting for next year. The future just arrived in Pittsburgh, and it's wearing number 15. Still, not everyone's celebrating. Some old-school Steelers fans worry that the franchise might be abandoning its identity. The smash-mouth, defensive-first mentality that defined decades of success. But in today's NFL, evolution isn't optional, it's survival. The game has changed, and Pittsburgh is adapting before it gets left behind. That doesn't mean the defense disappears. If anything, this move could make them stronger. When an offense puts points on the board, the defense can play looser, faster, and with more aggression. TJ Watt and company won't have to hold teams under 20 points just to have a chance. Instead, they can focus on creating turnovers, setting the tone, and letting the offense handle the fireworks. It's complementary football at its best. So while some fans might grumble about tradition, the truth is that the Steelers are simply upgrading the formula. You can still have that grit and toughness, just with a bit more flash and firepower. That's the new Pittsburgh way. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to Steelers Nation Central and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the Pittsburgh Steelers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. The city itself is already embracing the change. From sports bars to downtown murals, you can feel the buzz. Jerseys are selling out, chants are echoing through the streets, and even the local media can't keep up with the surge of excitement. There's talk of special coverage, behind-the-scenes documentaries, and preseason events that feel more like festivals than football camps. It's a reminder that sports aren't just about the scoreboard. They're about energy, emotion, and hope. Pittsburgh has always been a blue-collar town that loves its football team like family. When the Steelers are hot, the whole city shines brighter. And right now, with Myers, Corley, and Richardson stepping into the spotlight, the city feels alive again. It's as if decades of hard-nosed football just collided with a new wave of athletic artistry. Fans are ready for something fresh, something bold, and they just got it. The steel curtain may have protected the past, but the steel storm is ready to define the future. In the end, whether this move becomes a masterpiece or a meltdown, one thing is certain: Pittsburgh dared to dream big again. The Steelers didn't settle for mediocrity, didn't hide behind rebuilding cliches. They swung for the fences, and that's what great franchises do. Jacoby Myers brings the hands, Malachi Corley brings the heart, and Anthony Richardson brings the hope. Together, they represent more than just a roster change. They symbolize rebirth. The rest of the league might laugh, doubt, or dismiss it for now, but that's exactly how legends start. Quietly, boldly, with whispers that turn into roars. So buckle up, Steelers Nation. The season ahead won't be ordinary. It'll be cinematic. Every snap, every throw, every touchdown will carry that sense of destiny that football fans live for. The Steel City has found its spark again, and no matter how the story ends, the NFL just got a lot more interesting. As rumors swirl, analysts and fans alike are evaluating Certain's potential statistical impact, attempting to quantify the transformation of Pittsburgh's secondary through projections, advanced metrics, and historical comparisons. Speculation abounds about his influence on interception rates, pass deflections, and defensive efficiency, with many asserting that a single elite cornerback could substantially reduce opposing quarterback ratings, improve turnover margins, and provide the type of high-leverage plays that define playoff success. Conversations in sports media frequently incorporate both anecdotal evidence and predictive analytics, fueling a narrative where certain hypothetical contributions are mapped across game situations, opponent tendencies, and key matchups. The discussion extends to complementary players, coaching adjustments, and overall defensive schemes, emphasizing how a single transformative addition can ripple through an entire roster. Meanwhile, fans continue to share highlight reels, GIFs, and speculative graphics, imagining a redefined Steelers secondary where certain serves as the anchor. Even rival teams are analyzing potential counter-strategies, acknowledging that an elite cornerback alters the calculus of offensive planning, risk management, and game-time decisions. The rumor has transcended simple player acquisition discussions, evolving into a broader debate about team philosophy, strategic foresight, and organizational vision. Whether every projection comes to fruition remains uncertain, but the fervor, analysis, and sheer excitement surrounding Patrick Surtain-II's rumored move to Pittsburgh has created a narrative that is impossible to ignore, dominating the off-season chatter across every platform imaginable. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Pittsburgh Steelers, make sure to subscribe to Steelers Nation Central and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.